From the University of La Verne, this is Foothill Community News.
Hello, and welcome to Foothill Community News. I'm Taylor Fukunaga. The University of La Verne has officially named Risa E. Dixon as its new president. Dixon, who has served as interim president since August 2024, earned support from faculty, students, staff, and community members. She says she hopes to guide the university with steady leadership during a critical time in higher education. Dixon also says she wants to strengthen academic excellence to expand opportunities for students. The University of La Verne women's volleyball team just kicked off spring training, and last season they put the city on the map. Now they're looking to march back to the national championship stage, but this time with a new leader. The University of La Verne has named Randy Taylor-Tumay as the next head coach of the women's volleyball team, per an official announcement on the university's website and social media pages. In December, Jeff Hendershot, the previous head of the program since 2020, signed as the women's volleyball head coach at Pacific University in Stockton. La Verne women's volleyball, who made a historic season run all the way to the NCAA Division III National Championship, was left with a hole in their team. But for Dr. Taylor-Tumay, it was a calling that made her jump at the opportunity.
There might not be a next time, for me in the prime of my career as a volleyball coach. So it's kind of like this was the opportunity, the time was right.
In the program's over 50-year history, there have only been a total of 5 head coaches. University of La Verne Athletic Director Dr. Jenna Panettiere said that the application pool this time around consisted of coaches from all over the country. The selection process involved staff, but more importantly, player input.
We sat there and we asked her so many questions, like back to back to back to back. There was never like an empty moment in the room.
In a matter of time, Taylor-Tumay got the call with the official offer to take over the program. Unanimously, the team felt relieved at the news.
It just took a weight off of us because it was like, finally, we have somebody we can rely on.
This was a full circle moment, with Taylor-Tumay's La Verne journey dating back to 2009 and graduating as a decorated player with All-American honors, national appearances, and setting offensive records at the university. Following her time as an undergraduate student, she earned her master's and PhD through La Verne while being the assistant coach for the women's volleyball program since 2019. Senior outside hitter Maya Ray sits alongside Taylor-Tumay on the university's All-American banner and is proud of her new title as head coach.
Now it's like Randy's team. She's trying to make it just as good as or better than last year. So I really think that the level of support will rise.
Stepping into this leadership role, Taylor-Tumay plans to continue building the program and bring them back to the national championship stage.
I need to give it my best shot because not only do I owe that to myself, but I do owe that to all of our alumni and the program as it stands and the women in this program. I owe it to them to give it my best shot so that I can continue to carry our winning tradition.
March is Women's History Month, a time to honor and celebrate the achievements and contributions of women. The Ontario Reign celebrated by hosting a hockey clinic and inviting professional athletes to share their experiences. FCN's Layla Elsaba has more.
The United States has reached a milestone with 100,000 women and girls being registered to play ice hockey. During this Women's History Month, the Ontario Reign hosted a women's clinic to help encourage all generations of female ice hockey players to continue playing the sport and to develop their skills through different drills and exercises.
I live for this. I grew up playing ice hockey. I've been playing since I was 8 years old, and one of my main goals right now is growing the sport for everybody, and especially as a woman in sport, it's super important to see young girls playing and then also women playing because there are women leagues, so it was amazing.
Just the feel of being on the pro ice, I feel like I upped my game just by being there.
So amazing being on the ice with all the women and the former professional players. That was amazing.
That was so cool.
Not only did the Reign host a clinic, they invited Hermosa Beach native and 2-time Walter Cup champion Dominique Pietri, Blake Bolden, the first black woman to play in the National Women's Hockey League and first female scout in the NHL, and Division I women's ice hockey player and broadcaster for the Reign, Paige Capistran, to speak on a panel.
For me, I would say that failure is one of the biggest things that person that I am. And my biggest advice too would just be believe in yourself. I think it's so cliche and I hate to say it. If you love the game, you know that you can do something. If you set your mind to it, you'll be able to do it.
Layla Elsabah, Foothill Community News.
When we come back, the fascination with Trader Joe's and why it's the #1 grocery store for young Americans. And later, rebuild or build something new. We'll tell you about the controversy over the future of a landmark baseball field that was destroyed in a fire.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose. What makes us tick below the surface? Why is the before work hustle an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own? With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror and everyone belongs. Join today. Find your why for a better us.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trader Joe's has been named America's favorite grocery store, according to a new survey by the American Customer Satisfaction Index. The store has a particular appeal to Gen Z, those ages 14 to 29. FCN's Karina Rodriguez has more from San Dimas.
The appeal that Trader Joe's has on the Gen Z audience is undeniable. From typical groceries to a health section, to a snack section, to a beauty and home section, Trader Joe's has it all. Trader Joe's also has a liquor section and flower section, thus making shopping more convenient. I asked 3 University of La Verne students on their opinions on Trader Joe's.
I like their snacks. I think they have a lot of really unique selections, especially for the holidays. I think a lot of people in my generation like the selection of treats that they have there, and just like the whole laid back vibe of it.
I definitely like Trader Joe's specifically for buying flowers and having good sources of protein. I think they offer a great selection in organic and healthy options. I think honestly it just might be social media and the aesthetic it's portrayed throughout social media. That's how I got into it specifically.
I prefer Cárdenas because that's where my mom used to take us to the grocery store every Sunday to get groceries for the week. Trader Joe's kind of became a trend, social media, and also with the aesthetic, so it never really appealed to me because I kind of see the same amount of produce and products at the Mexican grocery store for a better price than you would see at Trader Joe's. But I'm not completely opposed to it.
Whether you like the store or not, Trader Joe's is here to stay. I'm Karina Rodriguez, Foothill Community News.
The Metro A line is becoming more popular for Foothill communities. New stations in cities like Glendora, San Dimas, and Pomona are making it easier for people to get to work. The extension opened last year and connects more cities to the larger metro system. Officials say the service is growing as more people choose the train over driving for their commute. The A-Line is already one of the busiest train lines in the region, with millions of riders each year. And if you take the A-Line through Glendora, you might want to make a pit stop at the night market. We were there for the March 7th grand opening of the Glendora A-Line Night Market. The event gives people a chance to support local businesses and enjoy a night out. There's also live music, local artists, and street food vendors. The night market happens on the first Saturday of the month. Now to a controversy in the city of Ontario over the future of J. Littleton Ballpark. You may remember the baseball field from the film A League of Their Own. It's been a staple in the city for almost a century, and now it could be replaced. FCN's Miguel Navarro reports from Ontario.
J. Littleton Ballpark has been a piece of history in Ontario for over a century, but as you can see behind me, this is what remains after a fire tore up the field in 2024, so now it leaves the city with the choice to rebuild or replace the historic landmark. J. Littleton Ballpark was built in 1937 and has been the home for many baseball games and was even featured in the 1992 film A League of Their Own. A fire in 2024 burned down the iconic wooden grandstands, and there is still yet to be renovations despite some residents believing the field is a part of the community.
They played in little leagues themselves, and now their parents and now their kids are in the little leagues.
and they would love to see the Littleton Park open up again.
In recent city council meetings, the City of Ontario has proposed 4 potential plans for the park. One includes possibly reconstructing the field, and another includes building a splash pad instead. Many felt the park would be reconstructed, but these alternatives have now given the community new options to weigh.
I understand putting in a splash pad, but there's plenty of other park space around here. This is a big park, a big area if they wanted to do it. So not sure why they can't do both.
It's like a historic site and it's been there for so long. I think that would be great if they were to use it towards the Little League.
In a statement from Executive Director of Communications and Public Relations for the City of Ontario, Dan Bell, he said, "We're definitely sensitive to the fact that this is a historic place. Our job is to do what's best for the community as a whole."
In a City Council meeting on March 17th, the City of Ontario voted to postpone the decision on J. Littleton Ballpark's reconstruction. Council members do not expect a decision on the field to be made in the immediate future. And get ready for eggs, bunnies, and plenty of family fun in Claremont. The annual spring egg hunt takes place Saturday, April 4th from 9 to 11 a.m. at Memorial Park. Activities include a live petting zoo, photos with bunnies, and face painting. Free goodie bags will be available for children 2 and under. Families also have the opportunity to enjoy a pancake breakfast hosted by the Kiwanis Club of Claremont for $8 a person. Thank you for watching. Foothill Community News is produced by broadcast journalism students at the University of La Verne. For more information, visit foothillcommunitynews.org.